Welcome everyone to the UFC 244 preview show, an offshoot of the podcast. This is specifically just for the UFC 244 show. And along with this, we will be doing our recap show. We did one for 243, and we will be continuing that with a recap show for 244. And of course, our local MMA expert, Blake, will be on that show. But to start off, we're just going to break down the main card for the night that will end with the fight for the belt to determine the baddest motherfucker in the game. So
Definitely.
it's going to be a good one, right? Just the card as a whole, really good card actually. It's definitely in the shadow of UFC 245, considering that there are 3 title fights on 245 alone. But 244 is still going to be an amazing card, an amazing night of fighting. And let's just start breaking it down, okay, Jalen?
Yeah, definitely. This is definitely filled with a lot of big names in the game right now, so it'll definitely be a good card.
All right, with the main card, the first fight is going to be a lightweight bout between number 10 ranked fighter Kevin Lee and number 11 ranked fighter Gregor Gillespie. So this fight is going to be a big one. A lot of people are saying Gillespie, and I think I'm going to agree with them, but let's go. Gillespie, he's a solid fighter. I think it's going to stick with the stand-up in this one. He's going to get this win, and then also what he said before or during this fight week is that when he wins, he's going to call out Khabib, which is stupid as fuck because, no, he's not going to deserve it. I still need that Tony Ferguson-Khabib fight confirmed. They're looking to March right now. I really hope so. But, yeah, Gillespie with the win. What do you think, Jalen?
I definitely think Kevin Lee is kind of just scrambling at this point. He already tried that move up to a higher weight, and that didn't work out for him. Lost that fight. He's coming back down to his weight, and it is difficult for him to make this weight usually. So hopefully, I'm hoping he makes weight tomorrow. But I don't think he wins this fight. I think he's kind of getting desperate. I think he's going to make a desperate move, trying to, get that big win in spontaneous fashion. I think he takes one too many risks and loses this fight. I don't think he gets totally dominated. I think he will show some bright spots. I definitely think that he's kind of been figured out at this point. Unless he does end up shocking me and adds something new to his game, a better stand-up or even better ground game or something like that, I definitely don't think that he can continue to compete the way he's been competing because it's just obviously has not been working.
All right. Moving on to fight number 2 on the main card is going to be we're going to have our matchup between number 8, Stephen Thompson, and number 14, Vincent Luque. Man, it's kind of looking bad. As was mentioned, we have later in the night, it will be a fight for the baddest motherfucker. But if we want to put a title for the nicest motherfucker,
I think so. Would you call it the nicest motherfucker though? Can you say motherfucker?
No, it would be the nicest mother lover.
Exactly. That sounds great. They should put that on a belt.
This fight is going to be for the nicest mother lover with Stephen Thompson and Vincent. They're just 2 solid guys. Nice. But the one thing I'm worried about is Stephen is getting towards the end of his career. He's at 36. He's had some knee injuries, especially recently. And he does have the range advantage in this. And I think that's going to give him his advantage. But is his body going to be able to keep up?
Stephen Thompson has definitely been a unique fighter. He definitely has a unique karate-style technique. And he has great fights in his career. But as you said, he is getting to that end of his career type. But I feel like sometimes it's a downer, but for certain fighters that's the push they need because it's that last chance at a title belt. I feel like kind of Cowboy at the beginning of his run when after he hit a certain age, he started pushing and he was doing really good. But I feel like he didn't fight the top guys. He didn't get a chance at the 3 and the 4 quick enough. I feel like his time ran out before he ended up getting there. So Steven Thompson is going to look to finish Luque as best way he can, fastest way he can, and try to keep himself going towards that top. He is number 8 right now. I think beating Vincent Luque definitely puts him at 7 or 6. And then I feel like he has to challenge somebody in the top 3 and then go for the belt. But I feel like I'll probably give it to Luque because you never know with that old age if a person is going to come out with that old age mentality and I'm ready to go out. This is just I'm kind of fighting just because I still love it type situation, or if he really wants that title shot. So I'm gonna go Luque, but I'm definitely hoping that Thompson brings it and can prove me wrong.
I think so too. Next fight on the card is a heavyweight bout between fan favorite, the Black Beast, number 5 ranked heavyweight in the world, Derek Lewis, versus number 8, the Ruski, Blagoy Ivanov. Man, that just sounds like a video game character for the bad guys.
It does.
Man, this is gonna be a fun one. The problem, Derek Lewis, of course, as we all know, is just a straight up striker. He doesn't do anything else. He just throws the big punches and it lands, and he hits it hard. When he lands, you're going down because that dude has
definitely, which has been proven time and time again. What was it? One of his couple fights ago, losing all the way down to like the final 10 seconds.
Yeah, that was on the McGregor card last year.
McGregor Habib. And
another
last 10 seconds puts the guy out. While saying the Black Beast is just a straight up brawler, but if he gets on top of you on the ground, that's it.
Oh, he's going to ground and pound you into submission, man. But
that's how he went to submission.
He might run into some problems because Ivanov is a talented grappler, and we all know Derek Lewis is not. Ivanov, just by default while fighting Derek Lewis, probably has a cardio advantage. Derek Lewis is no Cain Velasquez, and we all know that. But given Derek Lewis's track record when it comes to fighting Russians in the month of November, I'm going to go with him in this fight. I think he wins via knockout in the second round.
I think he pulls it on the third. I think Ivanov takes the first. I think Ivanov takes the first and second round, and then he shocks him in the middle of the third and knocks him out.
Ooh.
I'd like to go back to our what was it? Ben Askren versus Damian Maia.
Yep.
I called that finish too, but I said second round.
Missed it by a round.
But I said second round, but I said second round forgetting it was the main event for 5 rounds.
Okay.
So I totally forgot that it wasn't a 3-round fight.
At least he has a good excuse, everyone.
No, but I was off by a round, but I did forget that all main events are 5-round fights. I was thinking it's not a title fight, it's a 3-round fight. He finishes in the second. In a 5-round fight, I definitely think third round was a great time for that submission, but it's beautiful to see that I was actually able to get that right. And Ben Askren thinking about retirement now.
Good for you.
Yeah, but definitely hoping to keep going with the predictions. I think for the next one, to UFC 244, me and Russell definitely keep a tally of the ones we get right and get wrong.
Yep.
And then at the end of the year, we'll definitely, so for next year, we'll keep a full year tally and see who has the most right and who has the most wrong at the end of the year.
Yep. And then the winner of that with the most right can come on the podcast and say, yeah, I guess the most right. We'll make some bullshit ass title for them. Probably another title. Jones resume.
We will save up and we will get a fake title for Prediction King of the UFC.
Okay.
And me and Ross will get a belt.
Don't get that. By belt, I mean I'll get a really cheap belt from like Walmart, and then I'll
WWE.
I'll write on Sharpie or something like that. A piece of paper
that is
in
fucking
the shape.
predictor.
I'll cut out a piece of paper in the shape of an oval and Sharpie, Bathis predictor on there.
I'm fine with that.
I'll put a big
I'm
BP
100%
on
fine
there.
with that.
Okay.
I'm fine with this. I don't.
Yep, but Derek Lewis with this one. Let's go on into the co-main, and we actually ran a Twitter poll on the Fourth and Long account over on Twitter, which is at Fourth Long Radio, capital F, capital L, capital R. By the way, go follow, like and follow. Yep, retweet, do all the good shit. Give us your impressions. Essentially, is what we're saying. But for our poll with the Darren Till, Kelvin Gastelum co-main, this was actually had some doubt to it on whether or not it's going to be able to happen. Darren Till was running into some issues with his visa, and he did not get to the States until earlier today on Thursday, 2 days before the fight. They were actually thinking of having the Killer Gorilla, Jerry Cannonier, come in and fight on a couple days' notice, but Kelvin Gastelum also told the media that he would not accept that fight, which kind of makes him seem like a bitch, and I think it's scary. But
I mean, I kind of get it. Darren Till and Cannonier are two totally different fighters, and so if you're preparing for Darren Till, who
you can't switch that up on 2 days' notice, puncher, you know.
Yeah, Darren Till is definitely a strong puncher, but he is nowhere near the strength of Cannonier.
He's a heavyweight.
That is a totally
he's a heavyweight puncher in the middleweight division.
Yeah, and that's you. There's you. If anybody can take a fight on that much days' notice, it's somebody with that much strength. Mm-hmm. And the last thing you want is to prepare that long and lose to somebody on 2 days' notice.
Ooh, man, that'd be rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the fight is gonna happen. We actually did have some controversy with the co-main and the main event, which we'll get to in a second. But this is going to be the middleweight debut for Darren Till, moving up in the weight class. And I might go bold on this and say that Darren Till beats the big guy in Kelvin on his first fight in middleweight. I'm gonna go bold and say Till. But that does differ from our poll, which was 100% Kelvin Gastelum.
I think that it's more we don't know how Darren Till's actually, is this his debut in middleweight? He fought Masvidal. This isn't his debut, huh?
No, that one was in welterweight, dog.
Oh yeah, that was at welterweight. My bad. This is middleweight. Totally forgot about that. My bad. Darren Till definitely. We have to see how his power does translate up here.
I think it only increases down with a little more weight behind.
Well, yeah, it's increases. Yeah, it increases. My bad. I'm getting my weight classes mixed up.
You're good.
But we don't know if he can compete with the heavier weight. Like, yeah, he has had trouble making the weight down there. But he's coming off of a knockout, and kind of when you come off of a knockout, you never know how you're going to come back. You don't know if you've been compromised. One punch can do it. It doesn't always take a long time. Some people are different. Sometimes it does take a full career to compromise you. Sometimes it takes that one knockout to compromise you. So coming off that loss, we definitely do not know how he is. I would have to go Gastelum just based off of Gastelum's last performance against Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya is one of the best fighters in the world right now, and also one of the hardest people to hit right now. Mm-hmm. So
also, Kelvin Gastelum is without doubt a proven commodity in the middleweight division.
So I think Kelvin Gastelum is definitely not going to give up his shot at most likely fighting who's the guy who just got knocked out, the Reaper, Whitaker.
Yeah,
I forgot his last name for a second. But he definitely wants a shot at Whitaker to prove himself again in the middleweight.
The Reaper sounds
good. But he definitely wants a shot at Whitaker to prove himself that he deserves another title shot. And that he's going to want that shot at Israel Adesanya again if Adesanya still has the belt at that time. Hopefully he does. I think he will. So I definitely think Kevin Gastelum comes in with a little bit more to prove at this time. Darren Till, if he's to lose Kevin Gastelum, it's kind of like, you lost Kevin Gastelum, but Kevin Gastelum's number 4 for a reason. Yeah. So I still think he could definitely find a home in middleweight, even if he does
He
lose to
just needs to put
Gastelum.
on a good performance, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he needs to put on good performance. Even if he does, he needs to try his best to not lose by knockout or
Oh yeah,
submission. I highly doubt Gastelum tries to submit him.
yeah.
But
It'll be a knockout if he
yeah,
finishes the fight.
I definitely I give this to Gastelum.
Yep.
I think if Till wins this, it'll be off a counter right.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely give this to Gastelum.
All right. And that brings us to our main event for the baddest motherfucker in the game belt. We Dana White did release some teaser footage of what the belt looks
A
like.
little
The belt will be
preview. Little
revealed
preview.
tomorrow at the press conference, and it looks. Oh, I cannot wait because it looks good. Just from the preview, it looks sexy.
Amazing.
It's arguably.
Yeah, that's definitely a belt I would want.
It looks like it might be better than the actual belt they have right now.
Definitely, because the belt they have right now, I kind of still like the old one better
Yeah.
than the new one.
But of course, this fight is going to be yeah. This fight is going to be number 3. It's going to be in the welterweight division with number 3 ranked fighter Jorge Masvidal against number 6 Nate Diaz. Man, this is going to be awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Oh my fuck, dude! It's going to be so good, and it's been hyped for a couple months now. They've actually had some really good promos the UFC's made for this. It's been a really well promoted fight, actually.
Yeah. And the fact that these two dudes, neither of them are talking trash to each other. And they both just say they want to go in there and they think it's both going to be a brawl, win or lose.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they both keep saying win or lose, they're both like, I'm going out there, I'm giving all I got, win or lose.
It's like they don't care. They just want to go fight, which is
they
awesome.
want to fight.
That's all. There's nothing to it. There's no bad blood. There's not like, oh, he said this in camp. Or it's like, oh, he switched training camps and stuff like. No, it's just two bad dudes that want to go kick the shit out of each other just cause.
Yeah.
And this is a great reason to me, man. Great reason.
Yeah. We did have a little scare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we definitely did have a little scare with this with USADA. Saying that USADA saying that Nate Diaz had traces of a banned substance in his last drug test. Nate Diaz coming out saying he only eats vegetarian or vegan homegrown substances. But it's been a problem with USADA for a long time with the Sean O'Malley's and John Joneses. But it's definitely been a problem with them finding traces of stuff that's not there or traces of stuff that isn't illegal, and them taking fighters out of fights and telling fighters. They told Nate Diaz to not say anything about it. So just stuff like that. It's definitely showing USADA needs to kind of clean up their stuff and not be shady like they have been. I think they chose the wrong person to mess with this. Nate Diaz.
That's the worst person to mess with since what they did with Nick.
Yeah, that's definitely the wrong person to go after with something like this, especially with something as big as this. You know, everyone was going to look as deep into this as possible because this is one of the biggest fights of the year. And I think it was the wrong time for them to try to pull some stuff. And now they've done been figured out, and they're definitely going to be under some scrutiny from fans, fighters. Even Dana White came out and said this is a big thing to happen because of how they've been treating some fighters. So it's definitely changing the game and the way that things have been being handled for a long time. So I'm happy to see this fight going ahead.
I do. Did you see what Jorge Masvidal did for his open workouts instead of working out?
No, I did not.
He actually had fans that would volunteer from the crowd, and he'd have them come up and box each other.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to look that up after we're done with this.
Everything about this is just awesome. What fighter has fans come up and box each other on stage?
The baddest of them all.
But my prediction is going to be Jorge Masvidal via knockout. The fight's ending in knockout. There's no way it goes to 5. There's no way it ends in submission.
I don't think it goes to 5. I think if it goes to the 5th round and there is not that much time left. I think they stand in the middle or wherever they're at and
Just
they throw bombs.
box.
I think they throw bombs. I think neither of them wants this to go to the cards. I know Jorge for sure does not want this to go to the cards with his past of split decisions.
Hmm.
He has the most split decision losses of any person in the UFC.
That's shitty.
Uh, So it's definitely he definitely does not want this to go to the cards. And Nate Diaz doesn't want to go to the cards. So I think they're both going to be going for an all-out brawl.
Yep. So, of course, my prediction is going to be my man, supporter of the Twitter page and possibly the podcast, Jorge Masvidal. He's winning this fight, and he's going to
Yeah,
have Dwayne the Rock Johnson put that belt around his waist.
yeah, definitely. Can't wait to see it. I definitely think Masvidal wins this, but you never know with Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz has proven us all wrong before. But
It's
I
going to be
would
an
go
amazing fight no
Masvidal for
matter
this one.
what happens.
Definitely, whatever way it happens, I will not be sad with whatever result happens. But I'm definitely pulling for Masvidal. So it's going to be a great fight, great event. I think it's going to be one of the best all year. But I don't think anything tops what 245 has to offer.
Nope. But this is going to be the card. I got Gillespie, Lewis, Thompson, Till, and Masvidal. Jalen, who do you got again? One more
I,
time.
I have Gillespie, Lewis, Luque, and Gastelum and
All right.
Masvidal.
So we differ on a couple fights. We'll see who comes out better. But no matter who wins any
Yeah,
of these fights, the true winners are the UFC fans because this card is going to be amazing. So, and also what else is going to be amazing is a recap show we're going to have with this. Stay tuned.
stay tuned, definitely.
I always got to get the plugs in. Yep, but that is our preview show. Let's, man, just enjoy the hell out of this card, everyone. It's going to be some great shit and knockouts galore.
Definitely.
All right. Everyone enjoy the card, and we will catch you guys on our review show.